finally the time that I'm gonna take care of this stupid heater core on the Corrado. So the Grey Goose finally gets the heater core. So I managed to label basically the wires that I'm taking off. Alright guys, next step will be removing the steering wheels. Now I removed the side bolt holding the dash. Now it's moving, same as in the other side. It's here between the door and the side panel. So now what I'm gonna try to attempt is, because basically I don't see anything holding the dash. Now let's move on to the rain tray to remove the bolts located under the wiper motor. So let's try to attempt to reach that. I'm gonna move the ECU, and the bolt is somewhere here and somewhere there. So to number 10, let's get it. One is out, the screw holding the dash, it's hidden right where is my screwdriver at, so it's somewhere down there. It's a number 10. You need a deep socket. The nuts is the number 10 is right there where is my screwdriver at. So hopefully that will be the last piece of the puzzle and this whole dash will come out. I might have to remove this because it's gonna be on the way. Let me take this out quickly. So I removed the center console housing, and I believe the last piece of the puzzle is this bolt right here. I hope you guys can see, and I can say that we should be good to go. So all the materials is gone here. Finally guys, it's out. So let's get the new one. So new and old. Wait for the fan to kick and then we try the heat. Temperature is going up slowly, but the job is done. So the heat is super warm now. I'm super happy. Finally I have heat on the car. Okay, so as I said, this is the following day after we did the heater core. So I'm gonna try my best to walk you guys through the whole process. I start with the easy side, which is the passenger side. So we remove the glove box. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. This is a cover. The bolts goes under this cover. You label the wire. So do that. Label the wire for the glove box lights. Unplug the blower fan socket. Make sure you label it again. Jump on top, remove the speakers, label the wire because it's gonna be dangling inside there. From there, I proceed to move the side cover there on the A pillar on the lower passenger side. Take that out. You'll be able to access the cover down here on your knee pad. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. Then the knee pad is out, you pull it out, and so this side is done. Remember the bolts I told you guys, the nuts. There's all they all use a Phillips screwdriver. So I move along on the center console. Take out the ashtray. There's 1 bolt removing the ashtray. Put it aside. Make sure you label again the cigarette lighter, the plug for the cigarette lighter. That one is out. You move down here to remove the battery and the voltmeter. And there's 1, 2 screws again down here. You label that again as well. Then that would be there's a big opening hole there. There's an access to remove the plug for the cigarette lighter. Once again, label it with tape and Sharpie. Moving along with the center console, the vent, the fan, whatever it is, you pull it out again, and there's a big main wire here on top, and there's 1 wire for the lights in the middle. And then here comes the cable. You pop the cable, make sure you label them as well, like which cable goes on the far left, which cable goes on the center, as well as on the right. Cool. The radio is just 1, 2 plug on the radio with the antenna. It's out. Moving into those knob, the switch. Again, label every wire going in there. You just pop those buttons out, and then you're good to go. And there's 1 screw or 2 screws, I don't remember. I think 1 screw is holding the vents, this entire console. You unscrew that, you'll be pretty much there. But then don't forget, guys, you have to remove the shifter and this cover. So that's only for the Corrado. From there, I moved to the dash cover, whatever it is. So there's as usual, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts and under this cap. So you move the dash. You also move 2 screws holding the dash, the tachometer all the way in the back, and there's only 1 main plug holding the dashboard. After that, I move slowly to remove my steering wheels. Then I move slowly, and there's 1 screws here again, so that'll be another screw. Okay, label the wire going to the light switch, label the wire going to the spoiler controller, the button, and everything should be exposed at this point. You move on the same process on the passenger side. Remove the trim on the side here by your foot, and remove the fuse box cover underneath, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screw holding the knee pad, whatever is your knee cover. You take out the speakers, you label the wire. So that is pretty much there. There's a big bar going here. There's a two number 10 at the end and 2 number 10 in the overhand. That one needs to come off in order for the dash to come out. So go ahead and do that. At this point, I didn't forget anything at all. Oh yeah, at the end, the turn signals, those lever for the turn signals and the wiper, that's like the 3 bolts usual that you guys used to. You take that off, unplug the wire. You don't need to label them because those are easy, and it's just gonna be tangling down here once it's out. So now holding the dash is pretty much simple, but only by saying it's simple. You do have this cover on the side and another one on the other side. I believe it's an 8mm metric bolt, so it's 8mm, 1, 2. That's holding the dash here, and there's one all the way in here at the center, because this one is obviously it's out. you'll be able to see that one nuts number 10 millimeter. So 10, 8 millimeter, 8 millimeter, that's holding the dash from the inside. Okay guys, I hope you guys follow me on that step by step, but I try my best. So now moving on to the engine. So obviously you have to remove the rain tray. So underneath the rain tray, somewhere around here by your wiper motor, there's one bolt right here. That's a number 10 millimeter. You need a deep socket to reach it. And right here too, in the passenger side, you guys have to remove the ACU so you have an access to it. Okay, so the ACU has to move away. You'll be able to reach the number 10 deep socket again. So 1, 2, so that will be holding the dash. So at this point the dash should be coming off. You'll be done with the dashboard out of the car. Then we are moving along for the, then you guys have to go back inside the car again. Once you undo those screws, because the dash is out, you'll be able to see the motor, the blower motor, the all unit is there. So there's somewhere down here, down there, sorry for my hands, down there will be a big nuts number 13 millimeter that you have to undo. That's holding the blower motor. Once you undo that, you have to go again, go back again in the engine compartment. Down there by your AC line, there's a 10 millimeter holding the AC line. If you guys have AC, you guys gotta have to undo the 10 millimeter there, because that part of the blower motor holding it inside there. And there's, so at that point the blower motor will be out if you undo the 10 millimeter down there. So this is guys on the Corrado 93 VR6. okay, obviously mine is turbo. You guys gonna have to remove all the piping out of the way. So somewhere down here on the firewall there's two nuts, again 10 millimeter, one straight there by your heater core, because you guys are doing the heater core, right? So at this point there's a 10 there, and in the bottom halfway nearby the downpipe there's another 10. So at this point everything is coming out, the blower and the heater box. So you have to do, remember guys, once again, one screw under the dash, one screw in the other side, passenger and driver side, the two screws on the firewall, and another two screws near your heater core on the firewall as well. So those are the keys. At this point you guys should be done, and you should be able to access the heater core that easy. Remember, everything has to come out from the passenger side. So removing the dash, passenger side, removing the heater core box with the blower, passenger side. And then I hope it's helpful. That's what I did to do the dash. The heater core work, about 8.5 hours work by myself. There's nothing heavy to carry, everything is pretty much light, but as I said, it saved plenty of time to label all the wire. At the end it's just like plug and play back, so that's a plus. That's my only tips. It's not that hard, but it's just a tight use and time consuming. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.